Hello, this is Sophia Stewart. This is another extract from my novel Emerald at Boarding School. Emerald sat at the long table in the school library during quiet time, too afraid to check out any books for fear that someone would guess her guilty secret and put it in one of those unseen files. She researched everything, from the hothouse flowers' speech to the way they wore their hair, to their mannerisms, to the music they listened to the people they admired. She drew a Venn diagram of how they were all connected and put it in the locked box Max made her, taking it out daily when no one else was around, studying it, committing their names to memory. Noel Coward, Cecil Beaton, Valentine Lawford, Vita Sackville West, Oscar Wilde, Valentine Ackland, Sylvia Townsend Warner, Noel Murphy, Sibylle Bedford, Nancy Spain, Jacqueline Forster, Gluck and Janet Flanner. These were her new gods, her inspiration, her new family of sorts. They had something, an unmistakable something, of the other. She imagined they all spoke alike, a sharp, brilliant, and utterly flawless dialogue. They believed in opera and travel and writing in little black leather notebooks from Florence. They had magic in their veins and brilliance in the way they lived. They lived beautifully and outrageously. They had houses and friends and weekends in the country swimming in gin. They rarely held on to lovers for long, but always kept them as friends, not so subtly portraying them as characters in their novels and plays. They were intertwined and relished each other, having the time of their lives and recording it for posterity in the most elegant and daring decoupage scrapbooks. Emerald wanted a life like that. She understood now what the boarders had been trying to tell her by sending her to Coventry. Yes, she could attend Harcourt Hall, but she would never be one of them. She was not acceptable in that way. Either she could be miserable and upset and eat her way into being a fat, unlovable creature desperate to conform, or she could fulfill her destiny, secretly, for now, as a hothouse flower. However, she was still 13, and to all intents and purposes, where Harcourt Hall was concerned, a girl. She was going to be here for 5 years. She needed a plan. So on the last day of term, as everyone was packing up trunks to take home or be put into holiday storage, Emerald hatched a plan. Like all the spies she'd read about in books, she was going to create a watertight cover story and pretend to be someone else. Few could ever know about the transformation. To most of her form, she was still Emma Katz, who insisted on being called Emerald and was an orphan and half American and was just a tiny bit plump. One night, late after prep, in the glow of the brass lamps in the library, Emerald plotted her future. She would become 2 people, maybe more, over time. One persona would fit for school by observing those who played the school games of rules, etiquettes, and secrets. She would become Emma at school, during term time, outwardly neat, quiet, studious, and practically precise about fitting in. She would cease to fight against the system as Emerald. Life, she felt, would become smoother, less painful. But now there was just the problem of Christmas. She had no idea who to be during the holidays, which persona to take home to Mumblesby. The people who loved her there would not care for quiet schoolgirl perfect Emma, yet nor were they prepared for the new Dorothy Parker-esque version of Emerald. In the end, it was all beyond her control. Emerald was so deeply affected by whatever she read. After reading the collected Dorothy Parker, it was the Dorothy version of Emerald that stepped off the train.